All right, so find a comfortable place to be. Get all your yoga props together. Maybe your eyes are closed, or maybe you gaze softly at the floor. Find a good place for your hands to go. And just begin to settle your mind into your body. Now, what that means for me is just asking myself, can I be here now? And then noticing what now feels like, right? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? What are all the qualities that are you in this moment? Feel your connection to the ground and maybe even the space that you're in, right? I happen to love the house I live in and my space. So I often just take a moment to appreciate, to accept that I am connected to this space. I fill this space with positive energy intentionally. So that maybe that allows you some space to feel comforted, supported, safe. And from that space of comfort and balance, start to deepen your breath. Start to slow down your breath. Think of it like a cleansing moving through your body. As this slow, deepened breath moves through, what can you let go of today? As you exhale, and also thinking about what can you invite in. Keep it simple. So just starting to play with filling the lungs on your inhale, emptying the lungs on your exhale. Once you find a rhythm that feels comfortable, scan your body. Find out, is there balance? Are you centered? Are you comfortable? Or is there a different position that could create a different, sense of ease or support? So just starting to tune in a deeper and deeper way every time you inhale. And then shedding a little bit more tension every time you exhale. And you can keep that rhythm going, that slow, deep breath. We're going to add alternate nostril breathing. So I always use my right hand, but it's up to you. So either way, when you're ready to inhale next time, just close your right nostril. I use my right thumb. When you're full, close your left nostril, exhale through the right. I always use my ring finger, but whatever works. When you're empty, inhale through the right nostril. When you're full, exhale, other side. So the pattern is you inhale, you switch, you exhale. So be really patient. Wait for that moment when your lungs feel full. Wait for that moment when your lungs feel empty. Relax your jaw, relax your face. Relax your shoulders. And maybe as you breathe into and out of one side, just let your mind focus on that side of your body. And when you switch, let your mind focus on the other side. See if you're still breathing in a relaxed way, or has tension been created anywhere? Can you let it go? And the next time you find yourself exhaling through the left nostril, let that be the last exhalation of alternate nostril breathing. And when you do release your hand, when you're done, just take a moment. Notice how you feel. Can you seek out in your being where center is? Like, what does it feel like? Where do you feel like center lands in your body right now? Do you feel balanced? And if you need to rearrange the legs, I know we're sitting for a while, but if you need to move or shift, you can. I'm going to start with a little bit of neck movements. So please feel free to readjust your seat if you need it. But from here, it doesn't matter which way you go to start. Let your head start to move really slowly one way. And just see what happens when you get there. Maybe you just tip a little bit. Maybe your head just explores some movements. So see if you can get your body to answer the question, like, what would feel good in this moment? How would it feel best to move? And the reason I leave it up to you and your body is because your body's a better teacher than I am. It knows you better than I do. Good. And eventually make your way back through center. Take your time, no rush. And when you land in center, you might not feel balanced again, right? So notice what it feels like to be off balance. And then whichever side you didn't do, start to move that way and find out, what does your head, neck, shoulders, like, what do they want you to move on this side? What is the stretch going to look like that's going to be the most satisfying? It might be different from the first side. And eventually make your way back through center. And bring your chin down towards your chest. Keep your spine upright and tall, though. And just take a moment to send yourself gratitude for making time for you today. You can blink your eyes open. You can lift your gaze. All right. And from here, oops, I'm sitting on my blanket. You can stretch your legs out in front of you. If you're sitting on something, you can remove it. We were sitting for a while. So be hands behind you and just start to move your feet. You can point and flex your feet. I'm going to get this tissue box out of the way. There we go. Good. You can circle the feet at the ankles. And then go the other way. Just warming up the joints that were sitting still for too long. Good. And then let your feet just go left and right like windshield wipers. Good. And you can release and just notice how your legs feel. Notice how your hips feel. Good. And from here, you can have hands behind you or you can lean back on your forearms. You can bend your knees, feet a little wider than your hips are wide, and let your knees go side to side. So whatever works. And you don't have to go far. You don't have to go fast. Think of this kind of like before. You're just inviting a direction for your body to move in and finding out the parameters, right? Like how far does your body want to go? What would it be like if you slowed down? Maybe you can pay attention to more details, different muscles. Can you notice how this affects your feet? Right? Are you deepening your breath? Can you notice how this affects your knees? Can you notice the thigh muscles and how it is affected there? And then notice the hips. You got internal rotation, you have external rotation. Notice the glutes. If you're leaned back like me, they are getting a massage. If you're upright, it'll feel a little different. So neither one is better than the other. It's just whatever, wherever you are. Good. And then you can come back sort of to neutral, find stillness, and sit yourself back upright again. And from here, you can extend, I'm going to go sideways. You can extend your left leg. It can really do whatever it wants. You can bend it, put it off to the side. We just want access to the right foot and knee, and you want to sit up nice and tall. Excuse me. So you can take your leg and just start to rotate it. See if you can let your core do the work to sit up tall, and then your arms to do the work to move your leg. Not so much your shoulders, definitely not your neck. Good, and then go the other way. Deepening your breath. Right, there is some effort here, but is it, make sure that it feels okay, right? I just noticed I was stressing my fingers. Good, and then bring your leg in to whatever comfortable degree works for you. Maybe finding the angle of the foot. I notice as I lift my foot up, that changes the stretch. So whatever you want. And you're going to cradle your leg side to side. Look lovingly at your knee as you do that. Deepen your breath. So if this is too deep a stretch, bring your leg a little further away from me. I just noticed I was really cranking into it for zero reason, right? Beautiful. And then you can take your foot, your right foot, and place it on the inside of the leg or on the outside of the leg. So you decide, your body gets to decide, and then sit up nice and tall. And before we twist, we're going to twist. We're just going to start to round the spine. You can reach your arms either down the shin or reach them away from you around your spine. And as you inhale, hands to shin or knee, draw yourself into like a arched back. Good. So cat and cow, basically. Exhale to round. I like sending my hands away from me. Inhale to arch. Hand either to the knee or you can bring them behind you. Right? We're on the ground, so we've got lots of places, lots of options. Good. Next exhale, round your back. Next inhale brings you up to a neutral spine. Good. So from here, you can take your right arm, bring it on the yoga mat, kind of beside your leg. Does that make sense? I'm doing it if you need to see me. Sit up nice and tall, and you're going to sweep your fingers in like a half circle around the side of your body until you're twisted. And exhale, bring it back. So arm is straight, and you're just going to make this half circle as you twist. And then come back around. Bring the arm up a little higher. If the shoulder's okay with that, you're going to trace the horizon line. And then bring it back. Keep your spine nice and tall. See if you can twist from the belly button up. Good. We're going to do it a little differently this time. You're going to reach your arm out in front of you and imagine that you're like holding on to something and you're going to pull it. Bend your elbow, pull it back towards your shoulder, look over your shoulder. And then you're going to, I would say shut the door. Then you're going to shut the door, right? Reach forward, even reach through the shoulder, and then draw it back. And bend the elbow, look over your shoulder, and then close the door. So you can add, you can subtract, you can make this big or small. We're warming up the shoulder, but we're also warming up the spine. If you were like me, my spine didn't, well, I did yoga this morning, but for that rest of the day, I sat in a chair or stood over my stove. So like this motion didn't come up. So this should feel good. All right, my shoulder's getting tired, so you can bring your hand behind you. Sorry, that one went on for a little long. Snug it up, a few inches away from your back. Sit up nice and tall. Gently twist. Your left hand is there for support. Maybe it holds the knee, maybe it wraps. Some people like to hook the elbow on the knee, but lengthen your spine. Press really gently out the sole of your left foot, not in a way to like create tension, but just as a way to create awareness through the body, right? I am in this body. I am intentionally in a twist. And breathe. Good. When you're ready, you can start to unwind. And this time, undo your legs. Have both knees bent. And we'll do that thing we did before where you round your spine on your exhale and you arch your back on your inhale. So a seated cat and cow, if your legs need to be in a different position, put them in a different position. I don't know about you, but I feel pretty off balance in my right, from my right hip to my left. We did so much on the right side. So we'll have to even that out. So come back to a neutral spine. You can straighten your right leg. And you want access to your left foot and knee as you turn it out to the side. You want to use your core strength to sit up tall and start to rotate your leg. It doesn't have to be a big circle. But deepen your breath. And let your mind really dive into the parameters of how this feels. Is there anything that needs to be shifted, altered, rearranged? And then dive your awareness right back into it. You can go the other way. I did it. I don't think I said it. Sorry. Good. And then bring your leg in, play with the angle of your foot or the bend in your knee, and then start to cradle the leg just side to side. So that's going to change things a little bit. Look lovingly at your knee on the side. Keep breathing. Good. And when you're ready, you can bring your foot down either on the inside or the outside of the leg. Oops. You can sit up nice and tall. So you decide where your leg goes. We're going to start with the left hand, arm straight beside you, and doing a half circle as you inhale and twist. And then exhale, bring it back. So we'll just stay right there. See if you can focus on keeping the spine nice and tall, gently twisting, noticing how that feels. You don't want to go too far. If you want, you can bring the arm up, trace the horizon. I've got a table in my way. Keep breathing. And then if you'd like, we can go to that open and shut the door move. So you're going to pull your arm back, bend the elbow, twist as the hand goes past the shoulder, and then shut the door. Reach the arm forward so the shoulder gets a stretch, and then do it again. So keep breathing. Slow, deep breath. Good. Next time you're twisted, bring your hand behind you. You can let your hand hold or wrap or hook on the knee. Gently press out the sole of the right foot and just find a twist that's going to feel comfortable to you. Oh, I just remembered something I forgot to do on this side, and we'll have to do it at the end. It's going to be okay, right? So lengthen your spine, gentle twist, keep breathing. When I don't have students in front of me, I have to rely on my own memory sometimes. So slow, deep breath, soften the shoulders. Find out what is true for you as you hold this simple seated twist. Or maybe not so simple, right? We are kind of twisted up like pretzels. Good. And when you're ready, you can gently unwind. And keep your knee right where it is. Keep your leg where it is. We're going to do what I forgot. You're going to round your spine on the exhale and arch your back on your inhale. It's up to you if your hands go behind you or stay on the knee. So rounding your spine, arching your back. Good. And when you're ready, you can release. Either knees up and feet together, or either knees like this, up, or toes of feet together, knees out. And we'll do it again. We'll round the spine on the exhale, arch your back on your inhale. So just as you move through, seeing how your body feels. Does it feel balanced? Does anything feel different from one side to the other? Good. And when you're ready, you can come back to neutral. You can extend your legs out, in front. Hands behind you, and just let your feet go side to side like windshield wipers. All right. And when you find stillness, notice how your legs feel. So you've asked yourself that question several times. So notice where you're at now. All right. And let's come up to standing. All right. So find your mountain. So let your feet be about hip distance and parallel. Spread your toes. Just shift your weight a little bit. Forward and back, side to side. And you can even close your eyes. I started to close my eyes to feel it. Move really slowly. So start to slow down. And find that moment, that detail where you feel balanced from one foot to the other. And see if you can really settle in as you feel the weight in your feet. Maybe bending your knees a little bit, sending the weight just a little bit more, just a little bit. Shoulders balanced right over the hips. Arms heavy at your sides. You can turn your palms to face forward. And gently press out the ends of your fingers as you reach up through the crown of the head. Now, if you haven't already, you can lengthen your legs. Just make sure you're not locking them. Open your heart. As you press out the ends of your fingers, can you feel like your heart is a little bit more open? Can you deepen your breath? Good. You can bend your elbows, bring your hands into prayer. And as you inhale, reach your arms up, get really tall. You can part your arms like a big V. And as you exhale, bring your arms right back down into your heart. So keep that balance on both feet. So inhale, reach the arms up in any shape they want to be. You can even look up. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Let's pause here. You can interlace your fingers, pointer fingers lifted. And when you're ready to inhale, you can bring your arms up again. This time, just pause. So finding something that feels satisfying in this moment to elongate through your fingers, lift through your heart, relax through your shoulders, press equally down through your feet. So finding balance. Good. And then from here, keep this nice long line of energy moving up and also down, right? Feet press down, fingers reach up. Take your left hand and you're going to bring it to your belly. Keep reaching through your other fingers. Keep that strength through your belly as you stretch and reach over to your side. So your hips can go a little bit over to the side, but keep your balance on 2 feet. Relax your shoulders. Deepen your breath. Good. And then come right back up through center. Slide your left hand up. Interlace the fingers. Take another breath. And when you're ready to exhale, bring your hands down. Good. You can bring your arms down. You can shake it out. You can rearrange your feet if you need to. Right? We're going to do the other side, but we're just going to kind of loosen up for a moment. And then find your mountain again. So feet hip distance and parallel. Palms face forward. Press out the ends of your fingers as you press down through your feet, lift up through your crown. Broad through the shoulders. You can bend at your elbows, bring your hands together. Take a breath. Good. You can interlace your fingers, pointer fingers stay lifted, and you can reach your arms up. Keep lengthening and keep breathing. So on your inhale, you feel lengthened. As you exhale, soften something, shoulders, face, mind. Keep lengthening. So your feet push down, your fingers reach up. Good. And then the right hand can come down to your belly as you reach up through the left hand and start to gently arc over to your side. So your hand is here to remind you to be strong. Your hips can slide over a little bit, but try to stay balanced on both feet. When we have one arm down in this yoga form, then it's not as taxing on the back, but if you need that challenge, you can bring the arms up again. Good. Next time you inhale, come back up, slide both hands up, get a little taller, and then release your arms down. Any path they want to take is fine. Good. You can roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Good. And then from here, taking your hands either to your low back or you can interlace your fingers behind you. Bend your elbows, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Oh, I'll stay like this. And maybe if your hands are just at your low back, this is where you land. Belly strong, heart open. If you're in Yoga Mudra arms, elongate your arms. Knuckles press away from shoulders, arms away from spine as you open your heart and breathe. So just pausing here, opening the heart. Relax your neck if you can. Good. And on an exhale, you can release your arms and notice how you feel. All right. How much time do I have? There's like a million things I want to do, but don't have a million minutes. Okay. So step back to the back edge of your yoga mat. Find your mountain, but just in a really like gentle, loose kind of way, because we are going to walk. We're going to walk really slow. So you're going to practice walking. You're going to shift your weight super slow over to one leg. The other heel will slowly peel and lift as you shift your weight and walk. So you walk all the time. You do it quickly so you don't notice all the muscles and all the balance that is needed. But as you do it slowly, see if you can really feel that balance and everything, every muscle firing as you make your way to the top of your yoga mat. Good. And when you get to the top, just pause there. I'm a little close to my television here. Notice how you feel. And then if you're like me, you might want to go back to the middle. So just, it doesn't have to be super slow. Just walk back to the middle. Find your balance once again on 2 feet and step your right foot a little bit more in front of where it was. So a few inches in front. Hips are level and parallel. I'm going to go like this. There we go. So belly is strong, your heart is lifted. It's still like you're in mountain. Your feet are just askew a little bit, but you want your hips exactly as they were when they were in mountain. Good. So you can bring hands into prayer. Inhale, reach the arms up, get nice and tall. And exhale, bring your left hand behind your head with your right arm out in front with a hitchhiker's thumb. So keep your eyes on your thumb. Slide your shoulders down your back. You're going to keep your hips right where they are. That's the hard part. Take a breath, and as you exhale, twist your arm, your head, your shoulders, everything to the right. Just twist to the right. Keep your sneaky right hip exactly where it was. It usually wants to go with the shoulder. Keep it put. Good, and then take your elbow, draw it back a little bit, open the heart, open the chest. So see if you can still feel like your shoulder blades are squeezing towards each other as if they can hold like a fat magic marker. Sometimes a pencil is just too skinny, right? I feel like in this yoga form, a pencil doesn't work. Good. When you're ready, on an exhale, gently unwind. Release your arms, step your feet together. Notice how you feel. All right, let's do the other side. So balance on 2 feet first. Oh, I don't know why I'm standing away from the camera. Left foot steps in front of where it was. Hands in prayer. Actually, I can just do it like this. Wait, is that the other side? Yes. All right, so inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale. Wait, I'm all mixed up because I changed directions. Left hand out in front, right hand behind you with a hitchhiker's thumb. Sorry. You can look at your eyes, land on your thumb. Take a breath, and as you exhale, twist to your left. Keep your hip right where it is. Keep breathing. Shoulders relaxed, belly strong. Take your right elbow and draw it back. See if you can feel your shoulder blades kind of reuniting on your back. Keep breathing. Good. And on an exhale, you can unwind. We're not going to be there forever. Release your arms. Step your feet together. All right. Let's just do a ragdoll. So you can bend your knees as deeply as they want to be bent. You can just hang heavy. You can also, I have a couch here. I can use my couch to stretch, right? So use whatever tools in your space you have. Just let yourself hang heavy. Head dangles, shoulders dangle. Maybe you even give your shoulders a shake or your arms a shake. Good. And when you're ready, you can bend your knees, come up about halfway and pause. And when you're ready, you can make your way all the way back up. Beautiful. We'll do one more balancing yoga form. We'll do tree. We'll keep it simple. So find your mountain first, right? Balanced on 2 feet. Sorry, sometimes that takes me a moment. Hands into prayer. Let your eyes land on something that doesn't move. And shift your weight so it's centered over your left foot. Make sure that knee isn't locked. Bend the other knee, heel lifts, knee turns out, foot to foot. So maybe you stay here, ball of the foot on the ground. Maybe you bring the foot up a little higher. So there's a push towards the center, right? One foot pushes to the leg pushes to the foot, and everything kind of zips up the midline. Your heart, your head reaches up towards the sky. This is tree, so maybe you have branches. So whatever shape your branches are, so be it. Try a smile. Keep breathing. If you want a different balancing pose, that's fine. Sometimes I'll let you in on a secret. In the morning when I do yoga, when I do a balancing pose, often I go back and forth between like 2 or 3, right? So on one leg. So I might just come in and out of a few. I don't know. That's just me. So I offer that, not that you have to do it, in case you want that challenge. I also like to brag to people when they're like, oh, you're a yoga teacher? I'm like, oh yeah, let me show you how yoga teachers take their shoes on and off. And I pantomime taking my shoes off on one leg. So, I mean, it's an exaggeration, but it makes for a good story. All right. So when you're ready, bring your arms down. Sorry, we were in that a while. I'm going to tell stories when I'm in balancing poses more often. Just kidding. You can find your balance on 2 feet and just find out how it feels one side to the other. Probably not very even, right? Probably not very balanced. If you need to shake anything out or move anything around, you can do that. Good. And then we'll do the other side. So hands into prayer. Shift your weight to your other foot, to your right foot. Left heel lifts, knee turns out, foot to foot. So you decide, does the foot stay on the ground? Does it come up? Do you have branches? So think of that like midline zipper, right? It's easiest if you let your eyes focus on something that doesn't move. So your image in your camera or me on the screen, not a good something. If your eyes are steady, it'll be easier to steady your muscles in your body. And then the invitation stands, right? If you want to pantomime putting on shoes or do another yoga form, you're welcome to do it. Good. And whenever you're done, you can release. And we'll go right into ragdoll. Let your head hang heavy. Let your shoulders relax. Good. And you can come halfway up. And then all the way up when you're ready. All right. Let's come down to the yoga mat. We started this with hips, so let's do hips a little bit more. So we did a warm-up before where you had your hands behind you, knees bent, feet wide. So come back to that. And eventually let your knees go over to the right and just leave them there. I just realized I had batteries in my pocket in case the microphone battery pack ran out. All right. So you can bring your left hand to your left hip, right hand beside you. And as you inhale, gently press your hip forward as you twist. And exhale, unwind. So take your time. Inhale, press the hip forward and twist. Exhale, unwind. Good. We'll do one more. This time you can stay there. Let your left hand join the right one. As you lengthen your spine and walk your hands in any degree more or less that would feel good to hang here and twist. You can look over your right shoulder. Deepen your breath. Good. If you want, you can walk your hands away from you and lower down. Maybe just part way. Maybe you use a bolster or a block. Maybe you flatten right out on the yoga mat or on the ground. So find something that feels gentle, supportive. Good. If you're lowered down, you can start to pick yourself back up and untwist. You can bring your hands behind you and let your knees go side to side a few more times. Good. And you can switch sides when you're ready. So we're going to do the same thing, other side. So we're doing lots of twists tonight. It must be like a holiday week or something. All right, so right hand on your right hip, left hand beside you. As you inhale, press your hip and twist. As you exhale, unwind. So move with your breath, inhaling forward. Exhale, unwind. Good. Next time you're twisted, you can stay there. Just let your left hand join the right one. Find any degree of twist that feels good to you. Slide your shoulders down the back. Deepen the breath. And then decide, do you want to stay upright and tall, or do you want to walk your hands away from you a little bit or a lot? Just find out how that feels on your back. Right? It doesn't have to be a deep stretch or a deep twist, right? Finding what works for you, right? It doesn't, I feel like the misconception is we have to be in a little bit of discomfort for yoga. And sometimes, right, there is discomfort. But for this moment, for this yoga form, can you let it be about just resting and being good to yourself? Good. And when you're ready, you can roll your way back up. You can unwind. Good. Hands can go behind you. And if it works, you can let your knees go side to side a few more times. When you're ready, you can find your way onto your back. And when you get there, you can bring your knees into your chest. You can hold on to your knees or wrap your arms around and gently rock side to side. Good. And from here, you can find stillness. Bring your feet to the floor. I'm going to go at an angle here. And from here, you can, with your knees bent, feet on the floor. For now, the arms can be along the sides of your body. And you're just going to gently engage your belly muscles and push them down towards your back so that your lumbar spine flattens out on the yoga mat. And once that's engaged, make sure you can still breathe. Bring your knees up so your shins are parallel to the ground. You can bring your arms up so that the fingers point towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. Belly is strong. You can hang out here. If just holding here is enough, you can do that. If you want a little more challenge, as you inhale, take your right arm and your left foot, bring them to the ground. So your right arm is going to go overhead. The left leg is going to touch the ground. Knee stays fixed in that 90 degrees. And then exhale, bring it back. Other side. Inhale, left arm, right foot. Find the floor. I'm doing it if you need to see it. Exhale. They come back up. So move slow. Keep your belly strong. Keep your back flat against the yoga mat. So it might shift every once in a while. Just keep checking in on it. It's one of those things that takes a lot of practice. Eventually it'll just be like normal to like click on and get the back flat. But it does take some doing. So keep breathing. Slow and steady, right? Back flat, belly strong. And when you're done, I think I'm done, you can bring your feet wide apart, knees bent, hands to the belly or overhead, and let your knees go side to side. So that's going to stretch those lower abdominal muscles. It's going to stretch the hips, the thighs. With the arms overhead, that's going to be a deeper stretch. So if you don't need that, bring the arms down. All right. So find stillness. Bring your feet a little bit closer together, about hip distance again. Good. You can cross your right ankle over the left knee. Make that number 4 shape. We did this when we were sitting a little bit, this shape. You can let your left foot leave the ground and bring your knees in a little closer. So you are welcome to do this hands-free. You could also clasp your hands around the left thigh. Whatever is going to feel the most supportive, whatever is going to feel best to you. I like to move the legs a little side to side. So deepen your breath, relax where you can. Good. And when you're ready, you can release. Feet to the floor. Notice how you feel one side to the other. And then we'll switch sides. So left ankle over right knee. You can stay here or the knees come in. You can clasp your hands or not. So lots of options. But keep breathing. Relax your shoulders. Deepen the breath. Let your mind move to where you feel this the most. Like let the sensations of your practice be the meditation, right? Meditation is just bringing your mind to something. So let the sensations of your body be the meditation. Let the rhythm of your breath and everything else that's happening in your body be the meditation. Good. And you can release the legs, both feet to the floor. Just take a moment and notice how you feel. From here, invite your body to move however it would feel best to finish your practice. Is there anything else you need? Maybe more core strengthening? Maybe another stretch or another yoga form. And as you feel complete, you can start to set yourself up for relaxation. So if you need a blanket or to put your feet up, take your time. And once you do start to settle into relaxation or into the place you want to land for relaxation, make some choices. Like, do your eyes stay closed or open? Where would your hands feel best to rest? And just start to notice again what it feels like to be in the space that you're in. Notice what it feels like to breathe. You can begin to deepen your breath. Let your mind move through your body and just invite yourself to soften, right? Notice your feet invite them to relax. Notice your legs, invite them to relax. Notice your back, your belly, your ribs. Notice your chest and your shoulders and really the whole torso. And invite your body to relax. Notice arms and hands. Notice head and face. And feel a gentle softening moving through your body. Take maybe 2 or 3 more really slow, deep breaths. Just letting yourself soften as you practice the art of letting go. If you feel ready, you can start to deepen your breath. You can start to move fingers and toes, just giving your body a little heads up that you're going to move and stretch and kind of bring yourself back. And then gradually let that movement get bigger. You can deepen your breath, you can stretch, you can yawn, you can bring your knees into your chest. And if you're lying down, it might feel good to bring your knees in and roll over to one side eventually. And just really gently, really slowly making your way back up to sitting. Excuse me. And if you're not ready, that's okay. You can stay where you are. But when you do arrive, whether you're going to stay lying down or whether you're sitting, just taking a moment to notice how you feel. To see if you can locate what centered feels like in your body, what balance feels like in your body. And if it feels comfortable and safe to you, you can bring your hands into prayer position in front of your heart. You can bow your head to your heart, excuse me, and send yourself gratitude for rolling out your yoga mat today, but mostly for everything that your body can do today. Be grateful for everything your mind is capable of, and everything your heart is willing to let go of, but also take in. And wherever else you can send gratitude, send it now. Good. And when you feel adequately thanked, you can lift your gaze. Thank you so much.